1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Radio Pakistan, the news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Pakistan and United Nations will jointly launch a flash appeal for flood affectees of the country in Geneva today. President seeks support to raise awareness about breast cancer. Pakistan has called India's brutal oppression of Kashmiris as worst example of state terrorism. The United States, Japan and South Korea condemn North Korea's missile launch over Japan. And now the news in detail. The government of Pakistan and the United Nations are jointly launching a flash appeal in Geneva today for $800 million on the basis of updated on-ground needs assessment of the flood situation in the country. A revised flood response plan, prepared in close coordination between Government of Pakistan and the United Nations, will be shared at the event. The plan focuses on providing necessary assistance to the vulnerable people affected by the unprecedented floods. President Dr. Arif Alvi has written letters to the Prime Minister, ministers, parliamentarians, governors, and the media soliciting their support to raise awareness about breast cancer. In his letters, the President invited them to become active and willing partners in this year's breast cancer awareness campaign, wherein women of underprivileged classes and women of flood-hit areas would be specially focused in the wake of recent devastating floods. President Arif Alvi expressed his concerns that out of 100,000 new cases of breast cancer reported every year in Pakistan, half of them succumbed to death due to late diagnosis. He said 98% of these precious lives could be saved, creating awareness amongst women for self-examination and early diagnosis. Qatari ambassador to Pakistan, Sheikh Saud bin Abdurrahman bin Faisal Al Thani, called on Finance Minister Ishaq Dar in Islamabad today. During the meeting, discussed measures for further deepening the bilateral economic relations between Pakistan and Qatar. A relief assistance flight from Turkey arrived at Jinnah International Airport, Karachi. According to the Foreign Office spokesperson, this is 15th flight from Turkey carrying relief goods for the people affected by unprecedented floods in Pakistan. The spokesperson said the relief assistance from Turkey is welcomed with warmth and gratitude. Moreover, in continuation of relief assistance from the UNICEF, another flight carrying essential items also landed in Karachi. In total, 4 flights loaded with flood relief assistance from UNICEF have so far landed in Pakistan. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called India's brutal oppression of Kashmiris as worst example of state terrorism. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, while addressing the UN General Assembly's 6th Legal Committee, said terrorism must be defeated comprehensively. He said India's state terrorism has intensified since August 5, 2019, when it took unilateral and illegal measures in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He further said Pakistan strongly condemns terrorism, including state terrorism, in all its forms and manifestations, regardless of the motivation. He said Pakistan is a victim of cross-border attacks by terrorists due to disrupt the development of western and southern Pakistan. Munir Akram also underscored that international counter-terrorism efforts must address terrorism promoted by right-wing extremist groups and extremist ideologies as agreed in the Global Counter-Terrorism Strategy last year. North Korea today fired a ballistic missile over Japan for the first time in 5 years, sparking a prompt condemnation from the US, Japan, and South Korea. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken held phone calls with his South Korean and Japanese counterparts, during which they strongly condemned the test, terming it dangerous and reckless decision. Japan Defense Minister Yasukazu Hamada does not rule out any options, including counter-attack capabilities, as it looks to strengthen its defenses in the face of repeated missile launches from North Korea. South Korea also said it would boost its military and increase allied cooperation. The World Space Week is being held from today until 10th of this month. The theme for the World Space Week this year is Women in Space. It is an annual event that celebrates science and technology and their impact on the development of the human condition. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.